So good morning everyone and welcome to today's session of Pre-Bell with William O'Neill India, date March 08, 2023. I hope everyone had a good holiday, celebrated Holi with their friends and family and is ready to get back to in the markets for today's action. So before we go ahead, I would like to give a small disclaimer that any stock, any security that we might discuss in today's session should not be considered as a buy or sell recommendation, and we are doing it just for education purpose. So without taking a much time, I'll start with Nifty 50 chart analysis. So if you look at Nifty, it found its bottom near the 17,300 levels. Uh, had a very good advancement on the Friday session of more than 1.5% on where huge volume. But as you can see, it was the day three and not the follow through day. Taking this as the day one, this the day two, and the big candle as the day three. But it was a very good, huge candle with a very positive move. Uh, Nifty found support near the 200 DMA, went higher, and it was just trading marginally below the 21 DMA. If we talk about Monday's action, Nifty did reclaim its 21 DMA, but as you can see, this orange line, that is the 50 DMA, it found some kind of resistance near the 50 DMA, and it repulsed from there. But if it had closed below the 21 DMA, it would have been not such a good day. But closing above the 21 DMA still gives you some comfort that Nifty found support near the 21 DMA. If we talk about from the buy switch perspective, then Nifty closing probably above 50 DMA on good volumes or on the 10 WMA on the good volumes would give you some comfort that Nifty found support near the 21 DMA. However, the prime criteria for taking markets to a confirmed uptrend will always remain your follow through day. That is an up move of 1.5% on higher on volumes higher than the previous day. So currently the market is in RA, that is a rally attempt. So now if we get a 1.5% move on volumes higher than the previous day, then markets will go to a confirmed uptrend. If the previous lows gets breached, then markets will go back to a downtrend. So talking about the key news, first we'll talk on the company front. NBCC received 3 construction and development projects worth rupees 541 crores, which includes development of a new industrial estate in Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, which is worth 217.27 crores, and construction of Institute of Chemical Technology in Bhubaneswar, which is worth 300 crores. Talking about the other news, KPI Green signed a 20-year hybrid power purchase agreement for 1.845C MWAC capacity with Garrison Engineer based in Jamnagar under its IPP segment. That is the Independent Power Producer segment. IGL also signed a joint venture with Genesis Gas to set up India's smart meter manufacturing plant with capital expenditure of rupees 110 crores. Now we'll talk about the main news that probably led to all the jitteriness, all the volatility in the US market. That is the testimony of Jerome Powell in front of the Congress. That is US Fed can step up its interest rate cycle. That is, as you can see, the interest rate hikes are probably coming off, and the last quantum was very low. Even if you look at the Fed Watch tool that tracks your US Fed interest rate moves, it is expecting a 25 bips move in the March in the March meeting. So if we try to decipher Jerome Powell's statement, this interest rate cycle probably can have bigger moves, faster moves if the inflation is not cooling off as expected. And you can talk about the last data it was above your your CPI inflation data was above the consensus estimate for the US economy, plus the pivot for the rates. That is what you were expecting, that probably from the previous your charts in terms of your dot plots, that the previous pivot was around 5.1%, 5.15% according to the dot plot. But considering your moves that tracking from the Fed watch tool and probably the moves in the treasuries as well, the new pivot is some slightly higher from the previous dot plot, is in the range of 5.25 to 5.5%. That is probably what led to your the hawkish comments, which led to your US equity markets declining in yesterday's session. So as I was discussing, the three US indices closed lower. That is Dow Jones by 1.7%, your S&P 500 by 1.5%, your Nasdaq by 1.3%. And if you look at the technical candles of all the three charts, all the three candles almost close near the day's lows, which is probably not a good sign. Talking about Asian markets, apart from your Nikkei, which is trading marginally positive 0.2%, Shanghai was trading 0.4% lower, and Kospi by 0.4% lower. Talking about SGX Nifty is indicating a muted opening, but considering your moves in your, if you consider the moves in the US markets, that is 1.7, 1.5, and 1.3% lower. It can even the Indian markets, if your 200 DMA gets breached, then probably you can see some kind of lower moves happening. So considering today's action, probably 21 DMA is where one should look at it, that Nifty should try to hold the 21 DMA, or if even intraday, if it gets in breached, should close above the 21 DMA for markets to still remain in a good space. Talking about the chart of the day, I mean, we are still in rally attempt. The buy switch is not turned on, but it is always good to keep good stocks in our radar. And as we have always said, that it's not a buy or sell recommendation at the moment, and we are just doing it for educational purpose. So we can have a track, have a list or buy watch list of stocks like these, and when if the buy switch gets turned on or a follow through date comes in and the stock is in the ideal buy zone, we can always have a look at it. So our chart of the day for today is ABB India. If you took a look at it from the canceling parameters, EPS strength of 80 is very good. Similar can be seen in your EPS and your sales, that is your last few results as well. Buy demand is really good at A. Group rank is good at 35 as well. RS rank of 79 is fair, but as you can see on the right hand side of the cup where the accumulation is happening, probably on above average volumes, you can see your RS line is trending higher, so which is a really good sign. Two, if we look at it, your number of funds is also increasing by 70.45% quarter on quarter. You on a very higher base as well. You can see the number of funds has increased to 5.71%. Return on equity is very good at 21%, considering it to be a capital, it's capex intensive business. So that is also a very good sign. It's forming a cup base. If you look at it, an early stage cup base, maybe a stage 2 cup base. And if you look at from the pivot, the stock is just 4% to the pivot, which gives you the room to probably study the stock. And during this 4% of the move, if probably even Nifty reclaims its 50 DMA, closes over the 50 DMA, and you can the buy switch gets turned on, and probably after that the stock comes into the ideal buy zone and it's breaking out on above average volumes, then one can easily have a look at this stock as well. So that's it. Thank you guys, and please and do connect with us on the pre-bell sessions. from Monday to Friday at 8:45 a.m. sharp. Thank you.